Peace. This is a meat and potato source sheet production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is why do relationships fail in the West? The reason that relationships fail in the West is because it is set up to do that. So nothing must culminate into a lifelong partnership or marriage. This is purposely done. And I will back that up by saying this. In the International Family Studies, they show that there's a sexual recession. And it goes back to 2011 between men and women. And it's just not individuals in their 40s or 50s beyond. It's even young people. Young people are not having as much sex as their parents or their grandparents before them. Now, because of the pandemic, which has exacerbated it, now you have what is called the Great Sexual Depression. And now people are acting out in droves because sex is healthy. It helps alleviate stress and depression. That anyone can find that and research that for themselves. And one thing that we got to realize is that I wish that somebody would have given me the tools that I'm about to give you of how to combat it. You can't combat anything if you don't know what you are up against. Now, this rule can apply to women, but I'm especially talking to my young men right now because I've seen this mistake made over and over again, and even Mentor has done it. Rule number one, when you have a young lady and you're trying to build on a relationship that can become serious, never ever let that woman meet your mother. That's right, I said it. A lot of people not going to tell you, but Mentor going to tell you. Do not let her meet your mother. She can meet her casually. Hey, this is such and such and how you do it. But never let your mother get that woman by herself because your mother will trade you out. Because this thing we have as men, we have this idyllic picture of our mothers. Your mother will trade you out. She get that woman by herself, you going to get thrown under the bus and that bus is going to get backed up over you. And she'll do the following things. Oh, well, are you serious about them? Well, let me tell you, girl, you know, if you're going to be around, you know, the men in this family, they're whores. His father was a whore. His uncle was one. And then they'll be going on about your financial history, how many times you done jumped around from certain jobs. And, well, if you do that, you know, you're going to be paying the majority of the bills. And this is why when you with your queen, you be there and you send a visual to your mother. The light is yellow and you will not be running into incoming traffic because we forget sometimes that our mothers were young ladies too. And then so as men, we try and get somebody to have qualities of our mother. But the thing is that that template or model no longer exists. So the problems that your mother and your father were experiencing in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, it's a new ball game now. So if you walk into it, you trying to like apply this old philosophy to your current relationship. And for young women, older women, when you do this, she will never look at you the same again because that wasn't your place to say anything about her son. Because if you could trade your son out like that, I know I don't stand a chance. Now, for women, understand this. Feminism killed chivalry. That's why a lot of men will not be chivalrous towards you because it got butchered in the 80s. And you got to know is when women say, I'll submit to a man, what that means is you'll tolerate certain things because the sex is good. Let me give you free game, women. Men don't like falling in love. That's right, I said it. They don't like falling in love because as men, we are trained to survive and control our environment. So when we do fall in love, we put everything into it. And a lot of young ladies or older women, you want to romanticize love. Love cannot be romanticized. If a man really love you, he's not only paying his bills, he's helping you pay your bills as well. But see, it doesn't look glamorous. You know, he didn't say, oh, we're here. Here we go. We're going to Cancun. No, he's helping you pay your bills. If you ever need him, he will protect you. And then this man, if he really loves you, he will defend you behind your back. But again, it's not glamorous. And then you have to understand, when you are really invested in somebody, because men understand a relationship is an investment. So by that being said, you have to get along with each other outside the bedroom. And when you do magic, which a lot of people engage in sex magic, but usually it's one person as opposed to what is supposed to be a union, and you have a singular magical goal. And I will give Crowley this much. He had that right. Sex magic is a key because it will take you to places spiritually that you could not have imagined. The only thing was, because he was British and a Westerner, he had to set up in his mind it's either one way or the other. So he thought sex magic was the be-all, end-all, and it ended up making Crowley into degenerate and destroying many of his lovers. Victor Neuberg and also his other wife, Rose Kelly, those are just two casualties of Crowley. So we have to get back to the fundamentals, because we have to understand that divorce is a billion-dollar industry. So you have to take control of your marriage or your relationship. And I want to also say, if you're dealing with a narcissist, don't walk, run away. Because we got to understand with the narcissist, whether they're female or they're male, they are prisoners of war, whose singular goal is to extinguish the light that you have inside of yourselves. So they're on a seek and destroy mission, and you cannot rehabilitate them and love that out of them. So these are some things that you can do. Keep people out of your business. When you do magic, especially sex magic, do it together. And one thing I really want to stress, and I wish that I knew that, but because I love y'all so much, I'm going to tell you, you will always choose poor partners for you because you don't know your purpose and your trajectory in life. So if you don't know that, how you going to choose an adequate partner? You can't. You don't even know what your mission is to this planet, what your contract is. So you throw somebody else in the mix, how's that going to work out for you? It's not. The end. So those are things that I want you to look for, because it's set up for it to fail, because the greatest institution is the man and woman that has a family. And they've been trying to destroy this, and they've been using Marxist-Leninism and communism to do it. Because the thing is that the true pathway or doorway to communism is through the state. Once the state controls everything, that's when fascism will unveil itself. It will no longer hide behind this veneer. So there you go. That's why relationships in the West fail. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.